Hey guys, it's Huge Hefner here, hanging out in Catman Studios, Rock and Robe Studios. Goes by multiple names. The Kiss Dungeon, I don't know, Black Sabbath Land, whatever you want to call it, the Drum Shed. I don't know. Anyway, Foo Fighters fan here, big Foo Fighters fan. I remember back in like middle school, I had The Color and the Shape. There was an instance or two where the students got to go hang out in the park for whatever reason. I guess it was like a field trip day, and we were told we could bring boom boxes and music. So, already probably throwing everybody off base. Anybody in YouTube land that's, 20 something years old, boom boxes are not really the thing anymore, nor are CDs. However, Foo Fighters CD just came out. Just bought it, which is the point of my story here. I had The Color and the Shape while everyone else had whatever crappy rap song they were listening to, like the Thong Song. I've stuck to my guns musically forever. As you see, I've got Kiss behind me. Kiss is usually a topic of conversation. Black Sabbath, 80s hair bands, grunge bands from the 90s, metal, Pantera, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Van Halen, all those bands. But today we're talking about Foo Fighters, okay? Foo Fighters is a really good band to me, not only because I'm an old guy and they're old guy rock, but because Dave Grohl is one of my favorite drummers, because he was in Nirvana. He's played with Paul McCartney. He's played with Tony Iommi. He was in a band with John Paul Jones called Them Crooked Vultures with Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. I mean, this is a dude whose resume in rock music never, ever fails to disappoint, ever. And then he took, he said, I need a drummer for my band. I need somebody to play while I'm up here writing songs, playing guitar, and screaming at everybody. So he went and got Taylor Hawkins, who was then at the time playing with Alanis Morissette, one of the classiest acts of the time. I think her album Jagged Little Pill charted like the highest, or was the best-selling album, or whatever it was for the year. I can't even remember what the stats were or whatever on the Foo Fighters documentary that I watched, but I was like, yeah, that sounds about right, because Taylor Hawkins is an amazing drummer. And of course, Pat Smear being in the band as well, from the legendary punk band The Germs, and also the fourth member of Nirvana. He and Dave are both Nirvana alums. Then you got Rami Jaffe, the new dude who plays piano and the keys stuff. That dude gets around too. He was in the Wallflowers, or I believe still is. Great musicians. Nate Mendel. Great bass player, great writer, good guy. From, what's that? Sunny Day Real Estate is where Dave found him. That band was breaking up. He needed a new band. Not needed a new band. I guess he didn't need a new band, but Dave needed him. After that first album that he recorded came out back in the day. I'm going a little bit deeper than I probably should. But when I talk about Foo Fighters, I get real excited. Not to leave out Chris Shiflett, he came in after Pat left originally on that fourth album there. Anyway, let's just get started. Let's get to the point here. Went out, picked up this new album, Foo Fighters Medicine at Midnight. I'm biased. I'll be 100%. I'm 100% biased when it comes to Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters can come out with shit. I mean, literally, shit. And I would probably buy it. I love Foo Fighters. As you know, they're up there with Kiss to me. They're great musicians, great writers. Great. It's one of the best concerts I've ever been to as far as a live performance. There's some really good ones. I was really impressed with their last album, Concrete and Gold. Of course, Color and the Shape. That one, to me, is the pinnacle album. The first one was great. Don't get me wrong. I love that album. It's great, scratching the surface. But Color and the Shape, dude, that album, I remember when I, kind of got my sea legs, as it were, with music. And I started actually listening to albums rather than just a couple of cool hit songs. Became the musician and musician fan that I am. that album really hit me. I mean, it really is. If you've never listened to it all the way through, it's a solid listen. You know, you've got your fast, more upbeat tempo songs, and you've got these nice little ballads. And that's kind of what they've done with this one. This one is actually really rocking. It's only 9 tracks all the way through, Medicine at Midnight. First touch that I got to hear of was on SNL. I heard, I think they put out, what is it? Shame, Shame. And it's probably, honestly, other than maybe Chasing Birds, one of the slower tracks on the album. Even though it's slower and it's down, you know, it's not like tuned down a little bit. It's turned down a little bit. It's not like your normal Dave screaming. It's not like loud and abrasive. It's still got really good dark themes with it. I think they try to go political. They didn't so much, at least in my mind, go like bold and in your face with the politics on this album. I think they just wanted to make a good album. Honestly, that's the one thing I could say about this album, is that I'm not really in tune with the themes. They're kind of cliche themes, like No Son of Mine, that aren't really delved deep into, and that I can't really tie a string around and hold on to it. The only one that I know that stands out on that front is Waiting on a War. And of course, it's really kind of bare bones material as far as like the writing material side of it. It's not exactly to the point as far as like who we're talking about, what we're talking about. We're not taking sides here. Like In Your Honor was actually an album, and I believe Dave Grohl had said when John Kerry lost the election of George W. Bush, he aptly named it in his honor without putting John Kerry's name on the title. I don't know. I mean, they're just one of those bands. You know, they played at the White House for Obama. They've done things more on the left side of the ticket, which, you know, you got to respect that. That, you know, artists usually do that, and typically most artists are liberal. But, you know, getting back to the music is really great on this album. It's solid. They said something about it being kind of like Bowie's Let's Dance. I get that as far as Medicine at Midnight. Some of the guitar work could very well be derived from that style, the style of that era, the Bowie era that was Let's Dance. But of course, you know, they still stay Foo Fighters. They're still Foo Fighters. I remember I went to go see them before the pandemic happened at Bourbon Beyond in Louisville, Kentucky last year. My girlfriend actually got us tickets because she knew that I'd never seen Foo Fighters live before. And I was like, dude, oh my God, you know, literally childhood favorite band other than Kiss, you know, and they had mentioned that they were in the middle of working on an album that would be more dancey than usual, and they were right. It is. There's some good pop songs, as I would label them. But yeah, I mean, songs like Making a Fire, Cloud Spotter, No Son of Mine, very typical Foo Fighters songs. But, you know, Love Dies Young is more poppy. Chasing Birds is more laid back, mellow. Holding Poison is one that, to me, other than Medicine at Midnight, I think Medicine at Midnight is the one that they've tried to steer everybody to say, hey, you know, this is a Bowie-esque album. And with that track, I guess you could say that. But Holding Poison to me was a little bit more something I kind of grasped onto, because it's still got the Foo Fighters take, but they're trying to do something new. Shame, Shame, the first one they released, was a really great one. That opening track, though, Making a Fire, is great. So, I mean, if you haven't listened to this album, go out and get it. I mean, these guys, they're tried and true. I mean, they're just great musicians. They're just doing really good, fun albums just because that's what they like to do. You know, and that's the reason I like them, because I am a musician. I'm a big music fan. Love rock music. And Foo Fighters will forever be at the forefront of my ear when it comes to new music being released. So go check it out, man. You know, I know I haven't seen you guys in a while. You know, I've been holed up doing some crazy stuff. I was able to get a couple of items. This I've been looking for this for a while. Kiss Meets the Phantom, you know, the poster I've got in the background, and Kissology. I found the first one for, you know, a few dollars at a rock store in Evansville, and you know, I didn't know if I would find the other ones because on Amazon they're like $900 something. So I just kept looking. Wasn't able to find anywhere local. I hate that. I like to shop local. But Atmosphere Records over in Evansville, that's where I found the first one. So definitely go check them out. Space Monkey's another good place to go check out in Evansville. If you're, you know, looking in Owensboro, anybody local here, go to Star Treks. Steve Grimes will hook you up. If you can't find it, he'll find it. If he doesn't have it, try to find it. So, yeah, those are a few local people. But yeah, I found these on Amazon. I just lucked out. I hate buying stuff like that, but if it's rare and, you know, music gets kind of tossed around, the old stuff goes out of print, and you just gotta kind of, if you're like me, you like rare old weird shit, you kind of have to do what you have to do. But I'll probably be watching that soon, and I may actually do a review on the movie. Everybody knows the movie is pretty well crap. Even Kiss has said that, but I still want to talk about it and go into it because I love it. Also have Kiss Unplugged with that Kissology 3. That's the main reason I bought that. And as I mentioned, my friend Steve over at Star Trek, you should check him out. He actually messaged me last night. He's going to, I think, hook me up with a rare 2-disc version of that with some outtakes and such. So, me being the Kiss fan I am, that will be probably something on the ticket I will talk about soon. You know, I have been buying music here lately, usually 5 CD packs, so look forward to another review of that, or something newer, something older. I don't know what you're going to get, but I will be back. Hugh Scheffner signing off tonight, but come back, subscribe below, give me some likes, give me some comments. I'll see you next time here on Rock and Robe.